Johnson & Johnson is seeking approval from the FDA for a booster dose for its COVID-19 vaccine. The New York Times is reporting that the drug maker plans to ask for authorization from the FDA this week. Johnson & Johnson says that it has already provided data to the FDA that shows an increase in effectiveness for its vaccine following a booster shot. According to the article, the FDA already has a meeting on the books for October 15th to discuss an emergency use authorization for J&J booster doses. Pfizer saw an increase in demand for its vaccine after it received full FDA approval, but it was modest and short-lived. In the week following the full approval by the FDA, Pfizer vaccination rates rose by 16%. During the same time, rates for Moderna's vaccine, which still only has emergency use approval, rose by 5%. In subsequent weeks, demand for both has fallen. New research suggests developing a heart condition after receiving a COVID-19 vaccine is rare. Doctors studied over 2 million people who received at least one dose of the Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Researchers say only 15% developed myocarditis. None of the patients had prior heart disease. The doctors also say that they looked at more than 1 million people who did not receive a COVID vaccine, and 75% developed the disease. COVID-19 shots, flu shots, childhood vaccines, even if we know we need them, they can be a pain, literally. Now, researchers are developing a new technology that could make getting those vaccinations pain-free and without needles. Reporter Maggie Newland has more.
For James Todd, vaccines come with anxiety.
I'm not too fond of them. I actually have needle phobia.
He's not alone. According to the CDC, as many as 25% of adults and many children have a fear of needles, some so severe it prevents them from getting vaccinated. But one day, needles, at least the ones we're used to, may not be necessary.
It's pain-free and anxiety-free.
Dr. Joseph DeSimone at Stanford University is working with researchers at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, on a tiny patch that can deliver vaccines when applied to the skin.
And so our approach was to directly 3D print the microneedles and use a breakthrough in 3D printing that we pioneered.
The microneedles on the patch are so small they can hardly be felt. Dr. DeSimone says not only is the patch painless, it's also more effective than traditional shots.
We have 100 to 1,000 times more of the targeted immune cells in the dermis of our skin than we do in our muscle.
That means each person would require a smaller amount of vaccine. It also wouldn't need to be kept as cold as vaccines that are used in liquid form.
When you think about global access, you're going to need things like that.
Right now, the patch is being tested on animals. Dr. DeSimone says the results are promising, and within 5 years, he says this could be how you get your shots. Or more specifically, how you could give yourself your shots. Maggie Newland, CBS News, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Researchers are testing the COVID vaccine. They say this technology could be used for many types of vaccine against infectious disease. Up next, the number of people banned from flying on United Airlines is growing.